I read 18 plus books this month, and that is unheard of me. I got a really mini book because I was making up for the months that I wasn't able to read, or I just wanted to go on vacation inside of a book. So I read 18 books. I want to say 3 were on my Kindle, and I don't have the physical copy of those books, so I will insert the picture of each book that I mentioned that I read on my Kindle on my right here on the screen for you guys. But welcome back to the channel. If you're new, hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure you like, comment, and do all that stuff. And thank you for being here. First of all, I had to re-record this video because my mic was not on. First, hold on. Before we go any further, let me make sure I actually turned it on this time, because I recorded 2 videos and my mic wasn't on. I'm so excited right now. But we're gonna stop rambling and get right into the video. I'm just like want to unplug the mic right now to make sure that I am to make sure it's on. But I feel like it is, because the little thingies on the screen is moving now. But that's not what this video is about. It's about all the books I read in June. I am just like so thrown right now. But yes, let's go ahead, dive into the books I read. If you see me look to my right, it's because I'm looking at my notions. I started documenting all my books I read in my story in my notions after book what was that site called? Goodreads went down for an entire day when I was trying to film a video. So I put everything over in Notion. So the first book I read was The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. This month I wanted to read Sarah Adams books and Abby Jimenez, because I've heard a lot of good things about each of the ladies. So I decided to start reading her books, and I started off with The Cheat Sheet. It's basically about Brigid, who is a dancer, and Nathan, who is a professional football player. They're best friends who were secretly in love with each other. Now, I gave this book a 4-star. I gave it a 4-star. I enjoyed the book. I just wouldn't be the girl to date Nathan, because first of all, he shouldn't be trying to date anyone if he knew he was in love with someone else and he wasn't going to give the person that he was dating his all. But I gave it 4 stars. I enjoyed this book. So that was that. The next book I read was Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. This is a new release. I'm obsessed with this book. I cannot wait to the second book in this series come out. I don't know how many books going to be in this series, but I hope it's a lot. I hope it's Sarah J. Maas type a lot. I love Zayden. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He gave me very much. He could be Ryzan from A Court of Thorns and Roses' son. Him and Phaedra's son. He gave me that. They got the same powers. Like, it was... I did not know. This is like a book I didn't know I needed, but I needed. I enjoyed this book. I enjoyed everyone in it except for the other guy. I don't even remember his name because he sucked so bad. I enjoyed the dinosaurs, dragons. Why I could say dinosaurs? The dragons, they're so freaking sassy. They have so much attitude, and I just love it. The dragons' personalities, I love it. I love this book so much. I gave this book a 5 stars. This might go up there next to with Things We Never Got Over, with my favorite books of all times. I cannot wait till the next book come out. I'm so obsessed with this book. The next book I read, I decided to go ahead and start to read all of the Shatter Me series, and I read A Night Me this month. I gave this book a 5 stars. I love Warner. I love Kenji. I love Juliet. I love just seeing Juliet come into become I don't even know how you would say it. Her growth. I just love her growth, and seeing that she is finally capable to see that she don't suck. Like, she's an amazing person. I love this series, 5-star series and all. I love this book, Ignite Me. I'm obsessed with Aaron and Juliet. I just love how he loved her. I love her and Kenji friendship. I don't like Ellis. He gets on my nerves. I love the found family. I love everything about this series, including this book. So yes, I read this, and then after that I decided to just read 2 of the books that been on my radar, but I haven't gotten around to read them because they're not short books. So I read Ace of Spades and Renegades. Let's talk about Ace of Spades first. I read this one. It is so good. I gave this book a 4.75. It's basically about these 2 black kids who are going to this private white school, and basically they're like the token black kids of the school, and they make it all the way up into their senior year before the club known as Ace of Spades try to ruin their college career. It's crazy. I feel like they felt like they could dictate their futures. They didn't want them to go to prestige colleges and get the life that they deserve. They felt like they didn't deserve a college graduate. They feel like they didn't deserve to go to college. And it was crazy to me because it's just baffling. 4.75. I enjoyed this book so much. The next book I read was, like I said, Renegade. The marble girl, the superhero action figure girly inside of me was so happy to read this book. I love Renegades. I am currently reading Arch Enemies, the second book in the series. The Captain America, Flash, like, it was giving me all of those in one. I am just so obsessed with this book. This is another 4-star book. 4-star book, 5-star series. I'm obsessed with this book. I love this book so much. If you haven't read Renegades, please read it. I am obsessed with this book. The next book, I decided to read this book because I read Happy Place by Emily Harry last month, and I realized this was the last book of hers that I haven't read. I gave it a 3 stars. It's about Alice and Poppy, another set of best friends who go on vacation together every year, and something ended up happening where they stopped going on vacation and they haven't talked to each other for years. So they end up getting back in contact with each other, reaching out and taking one last vacation just to rekindle their friendship. I love this book. It was a good book. I love anything Emily Harry writes, but I gave this book 3 stars. So then I read my most anticipated read of 2023, which was Meet Me at the Lake by Carley Fortune. This book did not hit like Every Summer After. I enjoy Every Summer After. This one, with what the male character in this book gave me toxic. He gave me, he was very much on, I'm gonna do this, but I feel like I don't have to owe you any answer. If you want my attention, you gotta come to me to get it. Like, it was 3 stars. And she was just, I don't know, she was just so naive. Like, how you meet someone and spend one day with them and be in love with them for 10 years. Like, he didn't even have the decency to show up, to keep his word and show up when he said he was. And you was still in love with this guy. Like, do better. Set your expectations a little bit higher. Find someone that's a man of his words, because you, no. The next book was another Sarah Ellen book, and it was When in Rome. I gave this 4.75. It's about this pop star named Ray Rose. She ended up needing a break. She needed a break from the fame, and she ended up going to Rome, Kentucky, where she met Noah. I believe that's his name, Noah Walker. Yeah, Noah. She met Noah, and her car broke down in his front yard. He ended up giving her a place to stay in one of his guest room until she got her car fixed. The rest is history. You know the vibes. So, that's 4.75 stars. Enjoyed that book. Okay, now this book I read strictly off of how everyone was talking about it, and I'm so glad I did read it. Now, this book hit me when I finished it, because when I was reading it, I was like, well, why don't y'all just get together? But after reading it, when I got to the end of this book, I was so shaken, and I was like, just the end of it, and then I started reflecting on all the time, like, it's just, I had this book at 4.75. I'm so glad I read this book because I see the hype on it now. It's a good book. I enjoyed it. 4.75. It's about Autumn and Fan. They was best friends since childhood. When they got up in age, they stopped talking, and Autumn started dating someone else, and Fan ended up dating another girl. And they basically was like secretly in love with each other the whole time, and something ended up happening. You found out what happened like on the very first page, so then you just go back into you just watch your life. 4.75. I enjoyed this book so much. I don't know, that book is so good. Don't see, it's gonna make me start thinking about it all over again. After reading that, I decided to read Crush by Tracy Wolff. I gave this book a 4-star. I read Crave, I want to say a year and a half, 2 years ago. Yeah, I think I read Crave 2 years ago. And I didn't finish the series since. I think 2 other books came out now. It's great in the purple cover, Charmed, and something else came out. Yeah, I guess a 4-star. I enjoyed the book. I don't know what to say about it. It's just with a Vampire Diaries, but with vampires, werewolves, witches, dragons. I just love fantasy. First of all, let's just get that out the way. Anything fantasy, I'm here for, and I love this book. This book's a good book. 4-star for this book. After reading that, I was just jumping genres. I feel like I read something in between one of those. I read A Curse So Dark and Lonely. A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I'll put it right here. I read that in between one of those books. It's a Beauty and Beast retelling, and my inner child was so happy when I read that book because I haven't seen Beauty and the Beast in so freaking long. I should have went back and watched it after reading the book, but I didn't. So I feel like I'm gonna watch it with my daughter so I can relive that moment again, because I love Beauty and the Beast. I gave that book 4.75. I need to go purchase the physical copy from Books A Million today, but we shall see. After reading Crush, because I did read A Curse So Dark and Lonely, I read that in between. Let me see. Okay, I read that after When in Rome by Sarah Adams, and then so I read When in Rome, A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and then I read If He Had Been With Me, and then so on. Then I read Twisted Hate by Ana Huang. I finally decided to finish this series as well. I need to read Twisted Lies, but I have not got around to it. Why is that book so big? It's like all of the end of her series books be huge for some reason. They be some huge books. But this one is about Josh and Jules. Josh is Jules' best friend brother. They didn't like each other. They didn't like each other for the longest because Jules overheard Josh telling his sister, I don't even remember the sister's name. Overheard Josh telling his sister to not be friends with her, that she's a bad influence and she shouldn't be around her. And they end up like this book is full of smut. It's full of spice. They be in this book. So yeah, I gave this book a 4 stars. I enjoyed it. I don't know why a lot of people don't like this book, but it was pretty good to me. I loved it. I liked the book. I enjoyed it. I had a good time reading it. After reading that, I went into my Abby Jimenez, how you pronounce her last name? Don't know. I went into reading her books, and I started off reading Yours Truly, and I didn't know that this was supposed to be like the second book to Part of Your World. So it's Part of Your World, then Yours Truly, because Yours Truly is about a friend in Part of Your World. But I read them like second first. Yeah, that's how I read them. I gave this book a 4.75, and I gave this one a 3.75. This one, I just love these books. Like, her books are so freaking good. This one follows, who does this follow? Alexis, and this one follows the other girl. I don't know, y'all. They follow people. Let's just get that out of the way. I don't even remember who they follow, but Brianna, and this one follows Alexis, who is Brianna's friend. Alexis, am I thinking of the right people? Hold on, y'all. Let me get my brain. Yes, Alexis is a doctor, and I think her family is like family's doctors and things like that, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. I read so many books I don't remember. Not even gonna lie to you. If you read these books, you know what these books about. I gave a 3.75 and a 4.75 on these books. Enjoyed each of the books. Amazing books. After reading those two, I decided to read Restore Me, and I think it's like book 4. It's book 4. This is book 4 in the Shatter Me trilogy, the Shatter Me series. I read this. I gave it a 5-star. Do I need to say more? Juliet, Warner, Kenji. That's it, and that's all. 5 stars. Then I end up reading for 24 hours. I read for 24 hours, and I read The Honey Dauntless. And then I read The Friend Zone, because I wasn't going to make the same mistake again and read the first book second. I read this one, and then we're going to go into the Happy Ever After playlist. I gave this book a 3-star. The girl in this book was aggravating Kristen. I did not like her. I gave this a 3-star. I gave this a 3-star as well. It's like at the end of the month, all the characters started to aggravate my spirits. My spirit was aggravated. I gave this a 3-star. I gave this a 3-star. And that is all. And I started reading A Serpent in the Wing of Night. So I started reading that. So we'll discuss how I feel about that book in July reading wrap up. But those are all the books I read so far that I read in June. I ain't gonna say so far because it's July the 1st right now. Those are all the books I read in June and what my ratings and thoughts was on them. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And please give it an extra like and comment and subscribe, because this is my second time filming this video, and I would really appreciate it. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.